both. You obey the instructions at all times. Take your break, you both break clean. Defend yourselves at all times, and best of luck to both. Touch gloves. Touch gloves.
Well, two guys who are trying to make some elbow room for themselves at what is a very crowded top table in the British light middleweight division. Two guys coming in with really good records, but neither of them known as big punchers. Martin Welsh has come up from Kent to have a tilt here. He's in the blue against Rick Godding, who's brought some fans with him from Bolton. Just one defeat between them when Welsh was basically outgunned by the current British champion Brian Rose. But you look at the card for both of them and it's kind of like, well, who have you beaten? Who have you really impressed against? And that's what these two fellas know. They've got to try and make a bit of an impression for themselves. They don't have too many stoppages to their name. They don't have too many big names on their records. But it's a chance for one or other of these two fellas to make a bit of a noise in this division.
Yeah, it is, and they're learning the trade, aren't they? I mean, and that's the best way to go about things. You're getting plenty of fights under your belt. You learn, okay, the stoppages and knockouts haven't come their way as such, but it's a learning process, and if you can put 10, 12, maybe 15 wins together, then you just, you know, you're just learning in the game, Nick, at the end of the day, and they've both done well up to now.
Yes, you can't really argue with what they've done so far, especially not for Godding, who boxes out of the elite gym in Bolton. Carl Ince has just produced a European champion there in Kerry Hope, so that gym is on fire right now. And having that happen within a stable can often motivate the other guys in the gym as well. Welsh having a little bit of trouble getting his punches off in this first round. Just the timing not quite there at the moment. Godding just picking him off. He'll switch downstairs from Godding, but both these fellas just needing to settle down a little bit. But Welsh, I don't think of a single shot he's landed clean so far.
Well, Welsh looks confident coming forward, but Godding, he seems quite content to sit on the back foot, wait for his man to come forward and try and catch him on the way in. He's probably boxing a little bit better, is Godding, at this stage.
Just sliding underneath the attack there. A couple of shots getting through, one apiece there. But it is such a busy division, isn't it? You saw our table there, Max Maxwell, who doesn't even make the top 10, but he's fought the last 3 British champions, so he deserves to be in the mix. And these two fellas, well, I want to try and get in there amongst some of the division's bigger names.
That was a little bit better from Welsh, just backing Godding up onto the ropes. And
there's a cut, Richie, to the side of the right eye.
Yeah.
Godding's got a cut there.
I don't know whether that actually came just above us, Nick, when he pushed him back onto the ropes, did Welsh. He may have caught him with a punch. You'll have to see again on the replay whether it was a head or a punch that's caused that cut.
Well, that'll give Welsh some encouragement, and it's certainly helped him land a combination there just in the last few seconds of this first round. That attack got blocked. Well, interesting first round. Well, referee John Latham has gone to the corner and said that's an accidental head clash. Frank Hopkins going to work on that.
Yeah, just as they come together here, there's the Welsh, just a clash of heads.
Corners, 10
I think
seconds.
that's where the nick came from, on the right eye of Godding.
Seconds out, round 2.
Now what that means is that if this is stopped before 4 completed rounds because of that cut, it will go down in the books as a technical draw. If not, it will then go to the cards. So it just changes the dynamic of this 8-rounder just a little bit, although just the early impression is that Frank Hopkins has done a pretty tidy job with that. We'll have to see how it holds up.
Well, it'll be interesting now if Welsh can start delivering maybe a few left hooks. He could worsen that cut, and then what would happen then? It would, you know, it would go to an accidental cut, but he should be targeting that area now with the left hook.
Well, this is much better from Welsh as well. He did try a left hook upstairs, then worked the body. He's got some confidence, and that cut has opened up as a result. It It is flowing to the side of the head, though, which is good news for Godding. Good right hand downstairs from Godding.
Yeah, that was good boxing there from Godding. Super shot downstairs with the right hook, and then he switched with a left hook. Now he needs to move. He doesn't need to be there. Heads are rubbing again there. He needs to keep a distance now. He needs to box at distance and just stay on the outside and maintain that gap between himself and Welsh.
Which is what he's trying to do here with some success, as Welsh gets a little bit ragged. Better from Godding again. Terrific combination. Welsh coming through with a good uppercut on the ropes, but Godding just getting away there quite comfortably and switching his attack downstairs. Well, it certainly brought a sense of urgency to this fight, the cut, no question about it. And that's how the dynamic has changed ever since they tweaked the rule. You've got to go out and effectively say, right, I've got to win every round. You can't take any rounds off. You can't have a breather, because if it does suddenly go to the cards and you've been pacing yourself, well, you've paced yourself for nothing.
Good turn there from Godding, but again, he needs to get out of that situation. It's when the heads are rubbing. There could be elbows going in there, all sorts. That cuts a danger.
Godding first to the punch again, getting through again downstairs, then switching upstairs as well. Good solid work from Rick Godding. Welsh takes a deep breath and acknowledges it.
Well, that was a statement there from Godding, wasn't it? He just held his feet, sort of gritted his teeth and says, well, come on then.
Welsh tries to go over the top with the right hook, but yeah, and that's just a shove. Yeah, that was a statement, though, as you say, Richie. He threw 3 punches that landed downstairs, then switched and threw 3 upstairs.
And held his feet, you know, and you have to say, well, if we're going to fight, let's do it.
And now Frank Hopkins has to go straight back to work on that cut.
Throw your freeze, 1, 2, 3.
Going to work on that cut once again. Referee John Latham had a good look. They all told him, no, nothing to worry about there.
Okay. You see the shot, the corn shot. If it's there, put it in.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Technicality, wasn't it, to the referee? Nothing wrong with him, ref, they said.
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
But it certainly sparked Godding. Rick Godding upped the work rate and have a lot of success in that last round. So what does Martin Welsh do, the man from Kent, in this third round to just try and readjust the balance? Interesting 8-rounder between 2 prospects, and 2 prospects that aren't young prospects either. 27 years old Godding and 31 Welsh, so they can't afford to waste any time.
Yeah, I think Welsh has really got to go for it here, you know. He's fairly confident now. He's opened that cut up, and he's got to step on the gas and start boxing on the front foot. That's it, maintain that pressure a little bit. Just lets his man off the ropes there, but he's got to keep it going.
There from Godding, who's landing the better shots the longer this fight goes on. I'm talking to Spencer Fearon, who looks after Martin Welsh these days, before this fight. He's saying Martin is really up for this one and ready for it and knows how important it is. He certainly came out flying, but ever since that cut, Godding has certainly stepped his work up, the quality of it and the volume of it as well. Third round, a much cagier affair than the last one when they both went for it a little bit. Again, Godding getting in, then getting out.
I actually think the pace is suiting Godding better. The slower pace, Welsh, he just slowed down a little bit, and that suits Godding. He can see the attacks coming, he adjusts, and he throws shots as his opponent's coming forward. I think Welsh has got to step on the gas and really put his man under pressure here, because Godding is very content just to stay on the outside and pick his punches as he's coming forward, Welsh.
Welsh trying to come forward, as you say, Richie, but not with much effect. And again, Godding managing to slip the attack there and tie his man up, try and get to work inside. Welsh just needs to find something that's going to work on a consistent basis at the moment. It's not happening for him.
It was interesting there, the way he just stood on the ropes. I think he might have got caught with a shot downstairs. seems to have recovered now, Welsh.
Landed a right hook of his own there, but just bounced off Godding. Had no effect at all. Good right downstairs, yeah, again landing that body shot. That's what you like about Godding's work. The right hand upstairs was blocked. He went straight back on the attack again, though. And the really good news for Godding and for the rest of us is that cut seems to be okay.
It always scares me when you see a boxer on the ropes with his feet square, his target's full onto his opponent, and that's when he can get caught. And when you've got a cut, you've got to protect that cut. So that's a bad position to be in.
All right, but you know yourself now, look, double that jab off, step off, counter him a little bit more, keep the centre still.
Well, the advice coming in the Martin Welsh corner.
Yeah.
He's certainly working hard and trying hard. And on work rate alone and effort, I think you favoured him in that last round, Richie.
Yeah, I just thought he did enough to just take the round, literally on volume and pressure going forward.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Hard one to score, though.
I'll disagree with you. What the heck? So one of us is right. Round 4 of an 8-rounder at light middleweight. Rick Godding in the black, silver and gold against Martin Welsh. He's travelled up from Kent. Godding with the cut. But boxing quite comfortably. Landing decent body shots on a consistent basis. And here we go, the rangefinders at the start of the round again. Well, that was a decent shot from Welsh. Landed the right hook. And gets a response from Godding.
What's noticeable, though, Nick, at the start of this round, boxing with a little bit more urgency, Godding. Maybe he felt he was caught with probably too many in that last round, but he's come out firing in this round better.
There's a little mark to the left eye of Welsh now as well. Can't see if it's cut or whether it's just a swelling, but there's definitely some damage to that left eye. The head's up and boring in on a regular basis. Just see it again there. The head's coming together. John Latham's been a busy man tonight. Ooh, that was a nice right hook again. Welsh walking onto that one and then just shoved back, and a little look to the referee as if to say, hey, step in here please, ref.
Yeah, that was a good bit of skill, because he actually just dipped his head to the left and whipped that right hand over as his opponent was coming forward, Godding. Good skills.
Godding keeping busy, and again Welsh really crude. Godding saw that coming a mile away. Just trying to draw Welsh in, so getting with the counters. He's had some success with those counters. Get it first this time. Getting the jab going. And that's what they're shouting in the Godding corner as well. Get that jab working. The work rate has really stepped up, and the punches are really starting to connect now for Rick Godding. The confidence flowing as well. Welsh took some serious punishment there. And again, the head's just boring and clashing. And yeah, well, that one actually did look a bit dodgy.
Yeah, he got caught with a good combination there, didn't he? And then at the end of it, just stick his head. The referee thought it was deliberate and takes a point.
And I think the referee might have been right. He certainly didn't hesitate at all, John Latham, to step in there. He shipped some punishment, didn't like it, and the response was not good from Martin Welsh. So that pushes him a little bit further behind.
In this round, Nick, also, I think Godding's work has been much more quicker. Gets caught with a shot there.
Yep.
But Welsh, for me, just slowed down in this round. His punches seem slower, and certainly Godding up the work right there in the middle of that round and caught him with some good shots.
Godding did take the left uppercut for his pains there, though, but that's been a rare moment of success in this round for Martin Welsh, who's given it a go here in the last few seconds, trying to catch the eye. But you have to say, with the points deduction and that little assault in the middle of the round, this has been a very good one for the Bolton man. Carlins with the advice, Frank Hopkins with the repair work, and he made this a little bit obvious, didn't he, Martin Welsh?
Yeah, there was that little head clash there, and the referee, looking at that, quite rightly deducts a point that was deliberate. Another angle coming up here. There you go, through the middle.
Second down, round 5.
Right in front of a referee who saw it all the way as well. So, problems starting to pile up here for the man in the blue trunks. Martin Welsh from Swanley in Kent, who did his amateur boxing at Fitzroy Lodge and came in with a t-shirt saying R.I.P. Mick Carney, the great trainer. Sadly no longer with us. That's better from Welsh. Just working inside. He must have been sent out with a message, you've got to turn this corner here because things are not going well.
Just got to watch the shoving with the elbow there. Has Godin.
Once again, the cut for Mick Goding just starts to open up a little bit, but it's certainly not worsening. They've done a pretty good job with it in the corner.
Yes, they haven't, and considering there's been plenty of times when he's been too close to his opponent, the heads have been rubbing, it hasn't got any worse. So all credit to the corner. But better boxing again from Godin on the back foot. Much prefers to stay there, doesn't he? Just on the back foot, let his opponent come and brings him onto the punches, mainly at mid-range.
It's interesting though, Richie, because he's happy, as you say, to draw those leads and then get him with the counter, but he will step in first as well if the opportunity is there. Just get the feeling that he is boxing the fight he wants right now at the moment, Goding, and Welsh is the guy struggling to find any answers.
He seems to have run out of ideas, does Welsh. It's just more of the same, keeps coming forward, there's no real variety, missing with that right hand and left hook also. But good work again from Godin on the back foot, uses that jab very well. And now and again, Nick, you're right, he'll step in and beat his opponent to the punch. A typical counter-attacking, where he steps in there just before his opponent lands a shot, he nips in.
Just in the comfort zone right now, Goding. Not having all his own way, because Welsh is certainly pressing and trying to find things to go on, but I think Goding, you just get the sense, looking at Goding, that he feels he's got his man's measure. Yeah, he'll take a few shots like he did there, but Welsh and his lack of firepower, that's going to hurt him.
And what I think is very evident now, Nick, is that Welsh is getting very ragged. You know, there's not a lot of quality to his work.
It's desperation almost,
yeah.
Isn't it?
He's pouring forward, but there's no real quality in the shots.
And if a guy that's running out of ideas and is getting a little bit desperate, there's one thing he needs as he takes a good left hook there. Welsh, he was rocked by that one. I was going to say, if there's one thing he needs, it's a big punch, and that's one thing Martin Welsh just does not have. Godin hurt him.
And he's still not recovered from that left hook. Godin knows it now. He's got to put on more pressure here.
I think the bell's going to come to Welsh's rescue here, and I think the head is starting to clear for Welsh as well, but he was tagged and hurt. And it's not turning out according to the script so far for Martin Welsh. And you wonder what he can do to change things around. Super shot from Godin here.
Good round from Godin there, just a right hand to the body, and then he switched with that left up to the head. Here it comes, great shot, right on the chin as well. Really knocked the stuffing out of Welsh in that round. He didn't recover from it. And he's probably 3 or 4 points down now at this stage.
In and out with your feet. In and out.
I mean, he's feeling it, you know. He's feeling it, champ.
The mind games are going on in the Welsh corner.
10 seconds.
Spencer Fearon there from outside the ropes just saying he's feeling it, he's feeling it. Doing everything they can just to try and motivate Martin Welsh. But right now, as we go into round 6 with 2 more after this, you just get the sense that Mick Goding has this thing, if not completely in the bag. He's right where he wants to be.
Well, Welsh has got to watch what he's doing now, Nick, as he's coming forward, because his guard has been lower and lower as he's lunging in. He could walk onto a good shot now, so he's got to be a bit careful because he's getting more and more tired, more ragged. And that's when you walk onto a shot in desperation as you're coming forward.
Welsh landing with a couple of right hands. Light punches, though. Just don't have a big dig between them, do they, these two? just get the feeling there's a chance that Godding might be able to wear Welsh down. He got through once again, and the head snapped back from the Swanley man. Godding taking his time and picking his shots and getting through again, and he's starting to land with some regularity now, Rick Godding. The accuracy is there. Rick Godding.
This is a good fight, good contest. Welsh is still not out of it, keeps coming forward. But maybe Godding should maybe target that left hook as he's in that crouch position. Finish on the left hook after the right hand. And as Welsh comes forward, that's the punch he may land and walk onto.
Just get the sense though with Godding that he's ready to find another gear here, and then allows himself to get drawn in and tied up, and that's not doing him any favours. Neither of them were able to work particularly effectively on the inside. That was a decent little inside uppercut from Welsh. Caught on the counter again. The left hook, Welsh has absorbed it, tried to find a response. And he's caught too often on the counter. I think you alluded to that earlier, Richie. It's just, it's clever stuff from Rick Godding. Just draws him in and punishes him.
But Welsh himself is making the mistakes. Look, he's on the ropes now.
And this was the finish against Brian Rose when he lost. He was up against the ropes, not offering anything back. Godding definitely senses a finish here. Referee Latham separates them, and a timeout is called. And just calming everybody down. I think that's done Martin Welsh a world of favours. And again, it's the heads just on. He's waved it off. Wow. Well, there was some pressure, certainly.
Well, that'll need some explaining, you know, because he looks okay. He went over to him, he said something to him. That'll need some explaining from the
He might have thrown him out with it for the head, you know.
Disqualification, maybe.
I mean, there was definitely... I mean, John Latham had already taken a point off. There was certainly pressure, but it didn't look like Welsh was under any great distress. You just wonder if maybe the referee said, I've seen enough of this, and thrown him out.
Or the referee has seen something that we didn't there. They were in at close quarters. Did he try another headbutt? I don't know. But the referee will need to explain that, because that's a mystery. Because when he went over to him in the corner, he said something to him. He's okay to box. He certainly wasn't asking him if he was okay to box on.
Well, here's where he's under pressure, and he did sort of move his head, but I don't know if it was a headbutt or not. But I mean, that's again, he's under serious trouble here. And oh yeah, he's done it again, hasn't he? He's done it again now. John Latham has decided to apply a very tough sanction there, but he definitely jerked the head in the direction of his opponent.
I think well, let's have a look at it from this angle there, Nick, because I think it's a little bit harsh, if anything. Let's have a look. He's under pressure, definitely. Taking a few shots here. Takes a good left hand there. His hands are up. This is fair enough.
It's when they come together.
Let's have a look.
He gets his head on his shoulder. He's under real trouble, and then you watch now, Richie. There, right there.
Yeah, but come on, is that worth a disqualification?
It's referee's discretion, isn't it?
I suppose so. It didn't look that bad to me, to be quite honest.
Well, in real time, we didn't see it, did we? We just saw the pressure, and we wondered what was going on. But there was that little bit of a head movement, and having already deducted a point and given a warning, John Latham decided enough is enough here. But to be honest with you, Rick Godding was just pulling away in that one. The longer it was going on, Welsh was really in a lot of trouble, but a disqualification ending kind of leaves a sour taste in everybody's mouth.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our timekeeper Andrew East records an official time of 2 minutes 17 seconds into round number 6, and our referee, Mr. John Latham, disqualifies Martin Welsh for excessive use of the head. The winner, still undefeated from Bolton, Rick Godding.